Shadow Strike, Chapter 1. Beneath the city lights, Ebron City never truly slept, but tonight it held its breath. High above the humming streets, a drone slipped through a window of Thompson's power-generating company, mapping every weakness. Seconds later, 6 shadows, ninja agents, descended from the night sky. Ropes snapped tight as they landed on the rooftop with barely a sound. Each figure moved with trained efficiency, clad in dark tactical armor. Their helmets glowed faintly, 6 red visors cutting through the darkness. They stood in formation. One stepped forward. He was taller, broader in presence, and unmistakably the leader. The others waited for his command without question. His name echoed silently through intelligence files across the world. Black Dragon. His voice broke the silence through their comes low, calm, and absolute. Night Strikers, operations a go. No mistakes, no cowardice. The ninjas moved instantly. 2 vanished down the left corridor. 2 slipped right, weapons ready. The last 2 dropped smoothly into a ventilation shaft, disappearing into the heart of the facility. Their mission was simple: to destroy an underground warehouse holding illegal weapons hidden in the basement of the plant. Government spies had estimated that there were enough weapons to start a terrorist attack. The 2 ninjas, Nova Edge and Whisper, had taken out some of the guards in the left corridor. They then proceeded to one of the absent manager's locked offices, hacked their way in, and collected copies of the secret documents from the computer. They reported, "Seat Team, mission accomplished." The 2 figures in the right corridor, Night Owl and Terror Shock, neutralized the guards and entered the security chamber. They swiftly incapacitated the guards, silenced the alarms, and successfully installed a virus into the surveillance cameras. They reported, "B-Team, mission accomplished." "Great work, guys. Make your way to the rooftop," said Black Dragon. He and his second-in-command, Red Phoenix, had reached the warehouse and were already planting the bomb. Suddenly a voice yelled out, "Freeze!" A guard stood behind them with a rifle in hand. Black Dragon wasted no time. He slashed the guard with his sword and with a nod ordered Red Phoenix to start the timer. Both rapidly headed for the rooftop. A few minutes later, a helicopter lifted silently from the rooftop and vanished into the night sky, leaving a crippled power plant behind. The city woke up angry. News stations blared emergency headlines. One of J.J. Thompson's primary power generators had been attacked, resulting in massive property damage and temporary blackouts across multiple districts. The public was stunned. Thompson was widely admired. A visionary businessman, a philanthropist, a man who had done great things for Ebron City. He owned power plants, appliance factories, and one of the largest news corporations in the region. Rumors had surfaced that he was running for mayor. Many people saw the attack as unfair. Social feeds exploded with rage, and the fake news of the Night Strikers spread like wildfire. Rumors of them being outlaws, working for those who envied Mr. Thompson's success. But the truth didn't live in the headlines. Behind the legitimacy and his somewhat genuine love for Ebron City, Mr. J.J. Thompson was someone different entirely. He was a kingpin, a source of the city's terror for 3 years, the silent hand behind political assassinations and corporate sabotage. Rival CEOs vanished. Banks were robbed with impossible precision. Kidnappings ended without answers. Thompson's legitimate businesses were masks, carefully crafted cover-ups. Beneath them operated criminal warehouses, illegal operations, and networks of corruption that stretched far beyond Ebron City. The Night Strikers weren't criminals. They were the city's last defense, backed by governments to dismantle threats the law couldn't touch. Thompson had already crossed their path before. He had seen his guards fall. His operations were disrupted. Fear had driven him to propaganda, branding the night strikers as villains to protect himself. He thought lies would save him. He was wrong. Black Dragon was already planning the next strike, and he wanted to make sure it sent a clearer message to Mr. Thompson. Perhaps we should aim for one of his news media buildings, suggested Night Owl. Nah, it's too early for that, replied Terrashop. We need to send a message to him, but still let him think he has a chance to use the art of lies escape his exposure. What about his enormous warehouse, which claims to store the new appliances that come through the border, suggested Nova Edge. He's right, that warehouse stores appliances, all right, but it might also contain illegal weapons, as well as hard drugs and special gear for robbers, added Whisper. I could send a camouflaged drone out there to monitor the border. Excellent. Then Red Phoenix and I can portray as border security to see if we can find anything suspicious, said Black Dragon, clenching his fist. We're gonna need to talk to the Link to get that arranged for us, said Red Phoenix. That same night, a government official named Mr. Dave Jameson, also known as the Link, was working in his office. He was signing documents while watching the news. Suddenly, he received a phone call. Hey, how are you doing? Congratulations on the operation, he said. Oh, you think so? Border security? Okay, I can arrange that. No problem. Bye. The next morning, a drone was immediately set to hover across the border, monitoring every container, especially those received by Thompson Appliances. Meanwhile, Black Dragon and Red Phoenix are portrayed as border security under the aliases of Steve and Rusty, and they watched from the ground as the containers were moved from the ship carriers. Almost immediately, a group of mercenaries arrived at the port to escort the trucks. Among them was a young woman in her late 20s, the only female in the group, Lydia. Steve and Rusty recognized her as a spy working for the ECI, Ebron City Intelligence. Her job was to gather information about Mr. Thompson's criminal network, which would also be shared with the night strikers to aid in their investigation. Steve and Rusty quickly moved away, not wanting to be seen. They strolled around the port, discussing the situation. I guess the ECI had the same idea. They must have had a gut feeling about the containers, so they probably asked Lydia to join the mercenaries that Thompson uses to do his dirty work, said Steve. Maybe we don't need to keep monitoring. Let's not be hasty, Rusty replied. He walked over to one of the containers and insisted on searching it. He looked carefully at every appliance, microwaves, electric kettles, toasters, blenders, coffee makers, and much more. Nothing seemed unusual so far, but he wasn't satisfied. He used the X-ray scanner on his watch, which revealed that inside these items were hand grenades, pistols, and packets of cocaine. Despite his findings, he shouted to the trucker, "All clear." The mercenaries entered their trucks and moved out, maintaining a tight formation around them. Steve folded his arms and looked at Rusty. "Well, what did you find?" he asked. "The answer to our suspicions," Rusty smiled. Join us for the episode of Shadow Strike. Please share, like, and subscribe.